Okay, so last time I made a book, I did it completely on camera. This time I'm doing kind of a tester. I'm doing a new style of book. This is the book I made last time. You know, it's just like a traditional book. And, yeah, just a traditional book, but I tried to do a paint pour and then I put some Mod Podge on it. It's not bad, but I wanted something that kind of lays more flat than this does. So this style of book will. But I was gonna do a really big book, twice as big as this, because I want to do my exercises in the book I'm currently reading. That one right there. So I am taking some time right now just to do, because I was gonna do it twice as big, but I realized because I didn't want to use this big huge sketchbook I had because it's so big, and now I'm making a big one, so I decided to cut it in half, make just another 30-page sketchbook, but make 2 of them. And the first one I'm gonna give myself the time to do it off camera. So hopefully the second one will turn out better. But I realize, like, sometimes my best work is the first time around. But yeah, right now I'm waxing the thread, and I just wanted to share my workspace with you. Thought this looked really cool, so I have each bit of stitch already lined up. Everything's waxed. Each one has a needle. I broke 2 of them. I was impatient. I hope the curved needles I bought arrive tomorrow so I can use them while I make my second sketchbook. But doesn't it look cool? I think it looks really cool. Yeah, I almost forgot to. This is my first attempt at this. So it came out a little wonky. I didn't make the holes very straight, and then I put too many knots and stuff. So this is gonna be my swatching part, I guess, because this was gonna be one big sketchbook, but I thought it would have been easier on me to be 2 in case I really messed up one, which I'm glad I did, because this one just but yeah, so I have, this is my second tester, and then I have enough for one more. Oh man, where's the paper? I have the paper. I have the paper. If only I can find it. Moxie, this is your fault. I just know it, Moxie. Well, I'll take a screenshot from my Blick online order, but I got some watercolor paper. This is just student grade. I think it's made from wood pulp instead of cotton. I didn't realize till I started doing I'm like, why do I try to do research, and I just saw watercolor. I was like, yeah, let me try it and get it. And it's not the worst paper. I like it though. So far, I haven't really painted on it, have I? Anyways, I wanted to show you this. So it's like, it's a proper book, you know? It opens. There's no problems while I'm using it. It's just a little stretchy, but I find that a little annoying, but I made it. So it's my own little quirk. And I really like the exposedness of it. I don't know, it's just really unique. It's kind of like my trash journal. This is going to be my color journal for this right here. So I'm making these so I can work on this, and I just wanted to make my own sketchbook. I made, because this is technically gonna be this is my second, and this will be my third, the one I'm making for this video is gonna be my third sketchbook I've ever made. So this is my first sketchbook. So the first one I made. You can see the seams. I ripped the paper a little bit. It's a little off center, but and here you can see this is watercolor paper. So is this. This is my mock-up, my thumbnail of the big piece over here. Let me show you real quick. I didn't have it locked in place. That makes sense. Did you see it? I guess it was just going to be a sneak peek. But yeah, this is my first sketchbook that I made. So it's not full yet, but I wanted to not fill this up with. So this one was so much harder. It took much more. I had to make everything and glue this all, and the sewing took a lot longer, I feel like. So this is my own original work. But I wanted to keep this for original work and then make these ones so I can work on this. So it's a color journal. This right here is what I'm talking about. And I won't make you pause and read. I'll read it for you. Just give me a sec. Just joking, of course, I'm only rushing myself. Alright, so I want to start a color journal. To find out what colors resonate with you, start a color journal in a sketchbook. List artists whose work you like. Figure out what you like most about them by studying their work. Is it their brilliant use of color or strong values? Do you like unusual color? Do you prefer subtlety to boldness? Write down your reactions. Get a sense of what attracts you and what you don't like, so you can relate this information to what you learn as you explore color. Play with swatches in your journal, arranging them spontaneously in columns. Spontaneously or in columns on a grid. The important thing is to get the information and the colors down while you're working with them. And your reactions are fresh in your mind. Watercolor and Ink Journal by this person. I'm not going to butcher their name, but so So yeah, I have everything here ready to go. I have all of these pushed in. I used a thumbtack. With this one, I used something bigger to punch it out. And I felt like they were a little too big, so I was like, I'll just try with a thumbtack. So now I'm just gonna wax my thread then thread it and start. This is not an informative video, or not like, this is a video for you to watch me make a book, not to teach you how. I will link C Lemon's video, the one I used to make this, or the few I should say. I should just link my other video because my other video has everything. Oh, I would have to track all of that down because I already know what thread I want to use and everything because I did it with the last book. Does that make sense? Gosh. I get so anxious I make myself out of breath. Alright, right here I'm just trying to figure out what order I wanted the color thread to go. Not that it really matters, you know? So, yeah. Next, I'm just wrapping the thread around my fingers 10 or 15 times, give or take. Last time I made the thread for the book I made off camera in this exact style too long, and it made the whole process just like so much worse. I had to I kept getting tangled and confused, and it was just too long. I always like when others show real-time footage before jumping into time-lapse, so that's what I did. This became a much smoother process as time went on. It was nice with YouTube videos in the background, like really relaxing. It was really not as bad as that first bit shows, but I guess I haven't waxed too many threads, so it's still a new process for me. Cat hair is everywhere. Moxie loves to jump on my table, and I just know she hangs out here at night. Literally, she jumped on the table while I was working, and I'm like, no, Moxie, no. And these are the curved needles I was waiting on. They made the process so much easier. I swear. I would not do this again without them. So I highly recommend them. And I'm totally keeping the gold wrappers as like bookmarks and stuff. Like, I'm gonna still use them as holders for the needles because they're just so, they're like foil or something. But I really like the look of them, so I'm going to use it as... I use bookmarks, so I don't buy them. I lose them all the time. So I use scraps of paper and stuff, and I thought these were just so pretty. It makes me think of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you know? Or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is more like it, because that's the one I really loved and grew up with. But, yeah. I do want to say that this whole bookmaking process was extremely fun this time around. I think the first couple times it was nerve-wracking. This time I think I found a book I really like. I like the really bare, raw sketchiness. I'm not afraid to use it all up for my project and just a bunch of swatches. And, you know, I guess testing it out and realizing, you know, I absolutely need a curved thread. I need embroidery thread instead of just regular thread we use with clothes. And, you know, just having practiced, this took so much less time than it has ever before. And I think this is actually something I could do on the regular. Not that I can make that many books or use that many up, but I definitely know my nephew wants me to make him a sketchbook. And I think I will. Did I mention I'm not the biggest fan of pink? But these were so cheap. They were like a quarter of the price of the other listings on Amazon, and I was very annoyed since I couldn't really go out anywhere to get embroidery thread. And then when I went to Joann's not that long ago, I forgot totally about thread. But I hope to see you next video, and if you could please leave a like, you know, subscribe, a comment, maybe share. I'd appreciate it. Moxie would appreciate it. Huh, Moxie? Moxie? I was hoping she would mouth. Sometimes she's like, "Brr." Moxie? But toodles, bye!